Skip, does he realize that guy on Twitter was not the media? Does he actually think you and I and the other guys and other people that do what we do that have said that Dez is not the same Dez of 2014, that he's very limited in his route running tree? Does he actually think that's the reason why he doesn't have a job? Because those NFL teams, they watch a lot more tape than you and I do, Skip. Yeah. He's frustrated because if you remember they asked Dez, he said it doesn't seem right if he's not in a Cowboys uniform. See, the Cowboys could have done him a solid. They asked him to take a pay cut, Skip. He's still in that uniform. He proves them. They outright released Dez. Yep. They didn't give him an option to take a pay cut. And that hurt because he wanted to be a Cowboy lifer. Okay, Dez, the reason why you haven't been signed is a lot to do with personal decision. Yep. That's backfired. Because you turned down a 3-year, $21 million deal and you have yet to sign. I can assure you, I feel very comfortable in saying this, Joy. He's not getting a 3-year, $21 million year deal moving forward. Yep. Now, okay, maybe he wants a 1-year prove-it deal. But Dez, you have to understand on a 1-year prove-it deal, when you go into a system that's unfamiliar with you, you might be asked to play a different position. Yep. So going from X to playing Z, because now you're used to being on the ball, now you got to play off the ball. They might ask you to do things that you haven't done earlier in your career. So you're putting yourself in a bind. But Dez, you got to stop this crusade against the media. The media is not the reason why you're not there. You are. Your hands, your inability to gain separation, consistent. That's what Will McClay said. I don't know if it's true, but that's what the GM said. He said what he noticed on tape is that Dez could not get consistent separation. That's
what he said.
So, but I don't think that guy is in the media.
No.
But he gonna take it out on me, and it's your fault, Skip. Because see, he fought you. Because see, when you was throwing up the X, you was riding with him, and now all of a sudden you throwing him out. So he's upset at you, and I'm getting the blowback.
I'm just throwing up about Dez Bryant's performance. This is called kill the messenger.
Yes.
Dez, don't blame us. Blame the guy in the mirror.
Yeah, you.
Maybe. This whole Dez Bryant saga is starting to remind me of a favorite movie of mine. It's an old Hollywood movie about classic old Hollywood called Sunset Boulevard. It's probably way before your time, in which aging, fading has-been star named Norma Desmond has deluded herself into believing she's still a major star, and she makes a grand entrance down her staircase into an empty living room at her house and says, "Mr. DeMille," talking about Cecil B. DeMille, "I'm ready for my close-up." And that reminds me, from Norma Desmond to Dez Bryant. He thinks he's still ready for his close-up, like he's ready to reemerge as a big #1 star receiver for somebody. Like, call me, I'm here. What's the delay? What's the problem? And the problem is, #1, that you haven't awakened to the fact that you got to get off Twitter, because those GMs hear about this and they're saying, do I want this guy on my team? Do I want to inflict this problem on my team?
Oh, you mean to tell me that wasn't the GM that asked him that question?
No, it wasn't. It was just some guy on Twitter. And he's just ranting day after day after day. And then he said, in the latest rant, I guess it was yesterday, bro, he's answering a follower. Bro, I'm not desperate about any attention. I do not have to search my name. I get crazy mentions, LOL. If you're not desperate for attention, why don't you just lay low off Twitter?
Yeah.
You know, you don't need it. Just lay low.
Skip, here's the problem, is that everybody keeps saying Dez is a great bargain because you can get him for less than $1 million.
Yeah.
But a sale is only good if you need the item that's on sale. Hell, if I don't need a receiver, well, how good of a bargain is that? If I need a car, Skip, and the car's worth is more trouble than it's worth for me to get it, what good is that, Skip? Where is the value in that? Because if Dez was so good, the Cowboys wouldn't have cut him. If they'd say, okay, Dez, we can't get you at 12.5, but here's 8, here's 6, here's 7. Skip, they outright released him. Outright released him. So we keep talking about, well, you can have Dez for $1 million. But Skip, $1 million, and that's not a lot of money by NFL standards. But if the product doesn't offer you value, well, then it's not a bargain.
Nope.
So that's what they got to come to the realization. Dez, like I say, Skip, I don't know Dez. I would, if I saw him, I'd know who he was. I got no ill intentions. I just go by what I see.
Yep.
I played the game long enough. I know the game. And that's one thing. You know, they might not like what I have to say, but nobody's going to question whether or not I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Nope.
Especially not when it comes to that game, Skip.
Nope, I agree. So, Dez tweets, I thought the media would give up by now with betraying me as something that I'm not. I think he meant portraying me. But the word actually works. Betray. He thinks that the media is betraying him for the reason you detailed, that, oh, you were for me before and now you're against me. We're not saying he's something he's not. We're just spitting facts.
You are what you are.
Yeah, we see it. I'm going on eye test.
Yes.
He can't get open. He led the league in drops. I didn't make that up.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I just looked for separation. I couldn't see any. You couldn't see any.
No.
We knew he didn't run routes. We knew he didn't work all that hard. Now Cole Beasley says he's working harder than he ever has.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do that before?
Oh, he has a chip on his shoulder.
Okay.
Oh, Dez. I mean, he got that fire. He got that passion. Hold on, wait a minute. Normally, what happens, the really great one, Skip, if you climb summits, okay, you climb Mount Rainier. Well, I'm going to Kilimanjaro next. If I scale that one, I'm going to Mount Everest. I don't beat my chest and say, okay, I've arrived now. I'm an all-pro. I'm a Pro Bowl player.
Yep.
Found a new summit to scale.
Yep. Here's what I know about two great receivers. The guy across from me and Jerry Rice. I know them both pretty well. The better they got, the harder they worked.
Absolutely.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them. Harder they worked. Jerry Rice was a fanatical worker to the end. He almost overworked himself. And he played until he was
41, 42.
Yeah, 42.
But because you know why, Skip? Because I felt I had to work because everybody thought it was a fluke. You make the Pro Bowl once, well, anybody can make it once. But what happens when team defenses set their defense to stop you? See, that's what makes Tom Brady. You know you go into the game, you trying to stop Tom. You trying to control Gronk or Julio or AB, and they're still able to do what they do. Well, in offense, you trying to stop Von Miller, and he can still go do it. Okay, Dad, everybody knew you were the number one. But you didn't look like the number one in 2015, 16, 17 like you did in 2014 or 2013.
That is correct. And the only thing that I know that has betrayed Dez Bryant is his own body, because I think it's broken down. He looked like a shell of himself. He's had so many injuries. We don't have time to detail the litany of injuries he suffered. Lower leg injuries, foot, knee, leg. He's had everything go wrong. He lost a step he didn't have to lose in the first place, right?
Right. And but you can lose that step, Skip, if you're technically sound.
Sure.
He could probably, at Steve Largent's fastest, he can't outrun Dez where Dez is right now.
I would agree.
But Steve Largent was technically sound. That's how he got 100 touchdown catches.
He did. And if you threw it in his vicinity, he would catch it.
He would catch it. That's it. And that was Jerry. Jerry was not a 4-3 guy.
He was not.
Look at the guys that's in the Hall of Fame. Michael Irvin didn't run 4-3.
He did not.
Jerry didn't run 4-3.
Chris
Tim
Carter.
Brown, Chris Carter, Andre Reed.
That's true. You know what? That's a good point.
So all that speed is
the Blazers. I don't know Blazers. Is there one?
No.
I
don't. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. So, but if Dez had worked when he was young, Skip, worked on his technique, try to get better as you start to age, because I promise you, I don't care who you are, that athleticism, it will wane. And then what will you fall back on when you can't just outrun people or when you can't jump over people? Then what? See, that's what Michael and Kobe did. They realized they weren't going to be able to hang in the air at 23, at 35 like they were at 23.
Yep.
So guess what? Let me work on this fade away. Let me work on this footwork. And guess what happened? You didn't see really any drop-off. Now, obviously, Mike, 39 and 40.
By 98, Michael Jordan had been in the gym so hard and so long, he was playing a little football basketball.
Yeah.
And LeBron's doing that.
Yeah. And Kobe, I mean, that fall away, they could shoot that shot with their eyes closed.
Yeah. So it was interesting that Dez did, I don't know why he responds to every of these followers, but he did acknowledge somebody asking him about retiring as if he needed to answer that, which was odd.
What media put that out there, Skip? I have not seen in any papers that said the media said, oh, Dez going to retire. That guy just asked you that. He's not in the media.
Well, that just shows that Dez thinks the media is the reason why he's not signed.
Yeah, he really does.
But I don't think he's going to retire unless Dez is actually thinking about it. So
I don't think anyone in the media wants Dez to retire or doesn't want him to be signed anywhere.
Nobody
no one up here doesn't want him to be signed.
Nobody in the media owns a team.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I do think, we always talk about Larry Fitzgerald making that transition into slot receiver and being impactful. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that he didn't play for the Dallas Cowboys and wasn't throw up the X for Jerry Jones and all. That's
if he got
a little bit of a harder pill to
the
swallow.
difference between Larry Fitzgerald and Dez Bryant, Larry Fitzgerald reached out to me and said, "Oh, what you think?" Name the person that he'll reach out to him and not say, "Dez, you still a number one. You still just as good as AB and Julio." See, if he had friends like me to tell you what you need to know and not what you want to hear, then Dez would be just fine.
That is true.
Yeah.
Or he'd be better anyway.
Do the Cavs